With the Symbian Foundation, we are opening up a world of infinite possibilities to everyone. By unifying successful, highly respected software into a complete platform and giving it away, absolutely free. So, if you're into creating astonishing experiences, new ways of interacting, and taking people on amazing journeys, having unlimited access to all this technology means you're already well on your way. Now, if you've got yourself a brilliant idea, you can take all this feature-rich stuff, chop it up, flip it around, and shape it to your needs. And because it's complete, it saves you time and effort by allowing you to concentrate on adding those dazzling, astonishing features and services that will set your product, gadget, thing apart from everyone else's and make you money. And best of all, there are millions of brilliant ideas out there just waiting to come jumping out of all this fantastic free software. It won't be long before we'll all be able to tap into this ever-expanding universe of mad, weird, utterly unique applications and solutions. Just like that. You get the picture.
All right, again, good morning, everyone. I wanted to give you a taste there of what Symbian has become. It's a very different business than many of you may know. It's a very different organization and set of organizations. It's a very different community that we're building today. In fact, I think it's best to describe what's happening with Symbian as we're a California-style startup coming up in the middle of London, rapidly growing an office in Silicon Valley, in Japan, and China as well. But it's a startup. It's not a large corporate entity. It's we have a little bit of history with us in the context of we have some employees who have moved over from the former Symbian UK Limited. We certainly have some experienced staff that came in from Nokia and Samsung and Motorola and Sony Ericsson, so some really large companies. But we're here for a different reason, and we're doing a very different thing. And I will share some of those views and a little more insight into what we're doing and how we do the marketplace today. I think you do have to take what I'll describe as a half step back and look at the world today. When I'm referring to the world, I am being very broad in my definition. If you look at what's happening in the mobile industry, you look at telecommunications, you look at IT markets and industry, you look at this rapidly converging set of entertainment opportunities, you look at what's happening to people. Look how connected people are. It's over 4 billion people using these types of products, using these converged devices, connecting in new ways with each other. And in fact, what's happening as a part of all of that from a corporate or industry perspective, every major strategy of every major player in all of those spaces, those segments that I just rattled off, has an investment plan, has a set of goals or objectives, has a product portfolio that is aligned with helping consumers in some context participate, collaborate, do something with each other in a very new way. To me, this is actually the beginning of an era that is more like a digital renaissance as a result. I think we will, in hindsight, look back and look at this somewhat as a golden era. And in that way, I think all of those companies need to be looking at a different set of opportunities and need to be behaving differently as it concerns helping consumers and helping others truly enrich their lives and realize the benefits as if they were in any golden era. You need to be enriching the lives of the consumers that you're a part of today. If you can't do that, you have to question the fundamentals of your activity. In this way, we're really moving, in some context, to a completely new world. One where consumer demand and consumer experiences, as an example, rule. They rule the roost of this environment. They rule the roost of these economies. So before, in that old world, where supply chain was an imperative, where scale meant something to a company, to a business, or otherwise, where operational efficiency was essential, where process and methodology was an underpinning of success. This is a very different world we're talking about. Very different. In fact, if you let, at a corporate or industry level, if you let those processes get in the way, if you let your own business strategies and focus on efficiencies, as an example, get in the way of satisfying the consumer experience, or be part of a rationalization for what a consumer would like to get out of your product or service, then you're making a mistake. You're likely going to lose. Many of you know we're in an economic environment where a lot of companies are struggling. And they should be. They should be in this new world. In part because this insurance blanket of a financial sector that has been able to funnel an incredible amount of resources into companies so that they can incur losses for quarters and years on end, that security blanket has gone away. It's yet another supporting statement or concept for, in this new world where the consumer experience reigns, you need a different set of business practices, you need a different set of priorities, and a different view of how you create your products and services. Very different than what a lot of the companies who have made it in this day and age and in this marketplace. It's a very different view than the same views or the same reasons they got it. So in this way, I'll share a couple of additional points about what this means. First and foremost, we do hear this word open. It has to do with a lot of different platforms, a lot of different opportunities that are out there. But one thing I often hear, and it just brings a smile